Hello and welcome to the Enterprise Tech Spotlight. My name is Keith Hales with Infosystems. Here on the Enterprise Tech Spotlight, we help business and IT leaders get educated and get engaged in their IT business decisions. Today we have some special guests from IBM, and we're going to be talking a lot about the SAP HANA solution and how some IBM technology may be a great fit for some folks. So joining us today is we have Bharvi and Paul from IBM, who both focus on this solution. And so Bharvi and Paul, do you mind sharing with the folks what you guys do specifically for IBM?
Sure. So, Keith, thank you for having us. I'm Parikh, part of IBM's Power Systems sales team, responsible for SAP and SAP HANA workloads. And my focus is the U.S. market.
And I'm Paul McCann. I'm also with IBM Power brand. I cover the Americas, so from Canada down to Chile. And we support SAP HANA on our cloud solutions, hybrid cloud solutions. And we're thrilled to be here. Thanks for having us, Keith.
Awesome. Well, thank you both for being here. Sounds like we've had the right folks to join us. So as we were talking earlier, both of you were sharing how there are some significant changes going on inside of the SAP HANA marketplace and how that may be affecting some businesses. So do either one of you kind of elaborate on that point?
Sure, Keith. So the big number out there or date is 2027. And SAP has put the date out there. That's when they're going to end the support for their current application suite, which is ECC, which has been around for some time. And they sits on top of databases like Oracle or DB2, as well as their HANA database. So come that date, customers need to be off those other databases and onto their S4 suite, which is the application suite sitting on top of the database. Now, 2027 sounds like it's pretty far off here in 2023, but these projects are lengthy, and depending on how much complexity you have from past customizations, they could take a lot of resources. So we're encouraging clients to start now, right? Because those resources will become scarcer and scarcer the closer we get to 2027. And IBM's in a position to help clients wherever they need help, whether it's software, hardware, cloud solutions, consultancy, and certainly working with our partners such as yourself to bring the best solutions to bear.
Absolutely. So 2027, like you were saying, that sounds a long ways off, but as far as SAP solutions go, that may not be that far. And my understanding is that everyone who's had a legacy SAP environment has to go through this change. There's really not an option if they want to continue to be supportive and stay supported by the manufacturer and stay on the latest and greatest. That's really, they don't have another option. Is that correct?
You're 100% correct. SAP is supposed to offer extended support, which is kind of best effort until 2030. But you want to be in a position to bet your business on that. So all customers really need to look at this hard and decide, what is their path forward.
Okay, great. So thanks for clarifying that. So I understand that there's a few key areas of differentiation between what IBM's offering with their Power solution and what else is out there in the environment. So as organizations are trying to decide where and how to run their SAP HANA environment, obviously they've got a variety of platforms and technologies and partners they could partner with. But I understand that IBM has some unique differentiators. Do you mind sharing some of those?
Sure. So let me take that, Keith. So in the marketplace, right, we strongly believe that IBM is uniquely positioned to deliver the capabilities that are in line with what SAP and SAP clients need. And I'll just highlight a few of them. Reliability is one of the key elements. Scalability in terms of both performance and how large HANA databases can scale to, the flexibility that we bring with our virtualization capability, and security, which is absolutely one of the most important elements in clients' environments today. And also, certainly what we would call hybrid cloud strategy, ability for clients to deploy environments where they see the best fit for their workloads. So we can deliver solutions that meet clients, and we can deliver it with significant level of capabilities.
Okay, well, that sounds very interesting. So do you mind expanding on maybe some of those? You mentioned a lot of areas, and I think maybe our listeners would like to hear more about some of those particulars.
Sure. So let me... I think, I'll start off with reliability, right? I think it is one of the cornerstones of IBM technology. We deliver over 5 nines of availability with IBM Power Systems. And when you look at that, that says, what does that mean? That translates into approximately 1.5 minutes of downtime per year. You compare that with the closest competitive platform, which is x86 technology for SAP HANA types of workloads. Their downtime per year averages approximately 42 minutes. That's a significant difference. And that has a direct impact for clients from application availability, which translates into overall total cost of ownership that clients often look at, right? And then when it comes to HANA systems, one of the other important elements is the memory technology. HANA systems can scale from anywhere from 1 terabyte to 32 terabytes per database instance. That's a significant amount of memory. And when you look at that, the industry standard DIMMs that x86 technology uses just does not keep up with the level of availability clients require. What we do at IBM is design and develop our own memory technology. We call that differential DIMMs, and they have 2 times the memory availability compared to x86 technology. And what we have seen is many clients have moved to the IBM Power Systems technology from x86 technology specifically for this reason. So that's a significant flexibility and availability that we bring to the table. The other one that I mentioned was scalability and performance. We have the most scalable platform in the industry. We can scale to 32 terabyte for OLTP workload and 40 terabyte for OLAP workload. Again, the highest level of scalability. And from a performance standpoint, we deliver approximately 2.5 times better performance on a per core basis. So not only is that important from a performance standpoint, but it also improves reliability and sustainability in the environment. And sustainability has become one of the key elements as we look at the marketplace in 2023. The other element that I talked about was flexibility. No other solution in the market that supports SAP HANA workload can deliver the level of flexibility that IBM technology does. We can support up to 16 production VMs per frame, as well as 32 and 40 terabyte numbers that I've talked about in a virtualized environment. x86 technology cannot deliver that. And what that does is it allows clients to consolidate workloads and deploy workloads in a manner that is most efficient for them. And again, I'll go back to the statement I made earlier about having fewer components, fewer servers, improves reliability and sustainability again, right? The other key capability that we bring with our virtualization technology that SAP HANA takes advantage of is the ability to grow and shrink HANA memory footprint. This is done without requiring a system outage. Again, maintaining the highest level of application availability. And the other one that I'll focus on is the cloud technology, right? So IBM is the only partner out there that can deliver on-premise technology for SAP HANA workload, a public cloud offering with the most reliable platform being Power Systems in the public cloud. And if the clients want to approach it from a hybrid cloud perspective where they may run production on-premise and non-production or potentially disaster recovery, business continuity systems out in the public cloud, they have the flexibility to deploy this in any way, shape, or form that they want. And again, IBM is the only partner that can deliver this across the board. And another thing, and I know Paul will come back to talking about this, but SAP also has this a view of going into what they call the RISE offering. We are, again, the only partner that can deliver IBM Power technology for the RISE offering in the public cloud. So again, to complete the picture, we can deliver a solution on-premise, in the public cloud, and with RISE, with what we and SAP call premium supplier option for SAP with Power Public Cloud. Again, a complete solution offering that is unique in the marketplace. And Paul, I'll let you cover the RISE offering in a little bit more detail.
Thanks, Bharvi. So I'm sure you're going to ask that, Keith. But so, RISE is always a question. What is RISE? So RISE was announced maybe 2.5 years ago by SAP, and it's basically their version of a SaaS offering. So it encompasses the licensing, the underlying infrastructure, and the managed services all in one umbrella, one contract that customers sign with SAP. And then customers, based on their unique requirements, might choose that underlying infrastructure to be Power BS or Power Virtual Server in the cloud, right? SAP believes this is a good, quicker on-ramp to get to the S4 application suite I mentioned earlier, as well as to help current customers stay current. Now, one size doesn't fit all, right? Which is the kind of the highlight of Bharvi on sitting on our hybrid cloud options. Should clients desire to, stay on a on-premise solution with traditional licensing until they move to RISE, well, we can meet them at that point. When they're ready for RISE, we can meet them there as well. So that kind of flexibility across where they want to run their workload at a certain point in time, or even, repatriate if it makes sense, we're there to support them there. Hope that makes a little more sense and put some, more information about that.
Yeah, it really does. And so I think it's interesting to hear that, because you keep using the word, Bharvi, you kept using the word partner, because IBM and SAP really are partners at a lot of levels. And so it's interesting to hear that both, whether the customer wants to buy their own infrastructure and kind of deploy this solution on the IBM systems, or they want to do a kind of a SaaS, software as a service type model. But because of your partnership, you've been able to still be able to allow customers to run on the best-in-class infrastructure in order to do that. I mean, that just speaks really to the partnership, I think, that you guys have developed over time. That's pretty strong. And I know we have customers as well that, because of their Infosystems specifically has SAP HANA and IBM customers who, because of the size and the complexity of their environment, they needed their own on infrastructure, because transparently the stuff in the cloud wasn't quite there yet. And I'm sure over time it will get there, as this stuff's always improving. But for now, it really, made sense for them to be on-prem. I think, kind of illustrates that flexibility that Bharvi, you were speaking to.
Yeah, no, and I'll also, state this, right? One of our key value from IBM perspective is the fact that we've been partnered with SAP for over 50 years, right? And we have been on this journey with them from the beginning of when they started to deliver the SAP applications, right? And so we work very closely with them throughout the development cycle, from product development, software development, and some of the new things that we're working with them with our AI technologies as well. So it's a great partnership that we've continued to evolve.
I think that's a great point. So now let's talk about the fun stuff, which is the customer. So the technology is good. All the different, feature functions and comparative tools are always important, but ultimately all of this is for the customer to make them happy, right? So do you mind sharing some examples of some companies that are currently running their SAP environment on IBM solutions?
Sure, Keith, thanks. Several come to mind. One is Clark Shoes. I'm sure you heard of Clark Shoes, right? They wanted to convert kind of fleeting fashion trends into sales, and to do so need to activate new digital channels and digital services very rapidly. But their existing systems couldn't support that. By implementing SAP Business Suite on IBM servers, they can enable that rapid creation of multiple digital routes to market, maximizing the sales and ensuring that every boot fits. They saw 90% faster provisioning for digital services, that opened up new channels for them very quickly, and a 2x boost in end user application performance, which supported faster decision making. Another one is Audi, right? Premium car manufacturer. We see them on the road all the time, right? We think of them as a European-based, high horsepower, right? But they want to basically enhance their digital, their EV share in the market, right? Electrical vehicles, and they also wanted to look at such cutting-edge technology as connected cars and autonomous driving, et cetera. In order to support that, they needed the operating environment that could support the growth requirements while managing sprawl and cost. Enter IBM Power Systems again, that meets the scalability requirements with 66% fewer servers than they had before, with 100% faster analytics loads, right? And they're doing a ton of analytics around these new areas that I mentioned. And lastly, I'll mention Bosch Group, and they're a leading global engineering technology company based in Germany, and they had a goal that they have achieved to be carbon neutral by 2020. And in support of that, they turned to IBM with our Power servers. We have very highly ultra-efficient, high-performer servers, and that supports thousands of their employees around the globe. They've achieved energy savings of 20% compared to the previous systems that they had, while boosting performance by 75% for their critical SAP workloads. So, whether it's performance, whether it's sustainability, whether it's, reducing server sprawl, whether it's increasing flexibility, IBM servers were able to meet these customers' needs and help them meet their future needs as well.
Yeah, those are some great examples. And actually, my new pair of Clark shoes literally arrived yesterday. You guys didn't know that ahead of time, but that's not a plug. That's really what happened, because I like those Clark shoes. So for those that may be interested in learning more, whether they're a customer, a potential customer, a partner, or just somebody in the industry that wants to know more about it, IBM is actually hosting a tech exchange here in just a few weeks on September the 11th through 14th in Vegas, as we're sitting here in August 2023. So this is just right around the corner. However, if you're listening to this podcast later in the future, there are always good opportunities to get trained on the latest and greatest from IBM. So reach out to Infosystems, reach out to IBM. We'll certainly get you guys connected with whatever your needs are, and we'll be happy to get you the education. But I think there's nothing like sitting down with the people that actually are the subject matter experts, asking your questions, getting those answers, doing it face to face, hearing from other customers, talking to other prospects. Those opportunities really are fantastic. So I want to encourage anyone who's interested to attend. So just to wrap up here with the final few minutes, is there anything else from our two guests, from Bharvi or from Paul, that you guys want to close with?
I just want to say, first off, thank you for having us today. We enjoyed being here. We would welcome, along with our partner here, Infosystems, to meet with clients. And, we touched on a lot today at a very high level. There's a lot to uncover and peel back. So we welcome the opportunity to meet with clients, sit down, understand their requirements, their business needs around their SAP workload, and determine how IBM can kind of help them achieve their goals. So again, thank you, Keith, and I'll let Bharvi add his last comment.
Yeah, sure. And my thanks as well, Keith. And, I'll echo everything Paul said about working with clients, right? That's really where we, I believe, thrive and bring value. And I'll also say, right, IBM and Infosystems have worked on several key SAP HANA related projects with our clients, and they've been very successful. So we look forward to working with you as well, Keith and team.
Well, thank you. No, you guys have been great partners, and certainly appreciate you taking the time to join us today. So with that, we're going to wrap up our podcast for the day. We really hope that this was educational, and we hope that you learned something. Please let us know your thoughts and if there's other topics you want us to present on in the future. And with that, we hope you can join us next time. Have a great day. Thanks.
Take care. Thank you.